When we take our seat and wait for a performance to start, what we're probably unaware of is the amount of time and effort it takes for an actor to prepare for their role. Don't believe me? Well, we follow George Asprey from the London company of The Lion King as he prepares for and performs the role of Scar. George takes on the role of Scar 8 times a week, arriving at the theatre each night at about 6:30, an hour before curtain up. After dropping his gear in the dressing room, it's straight into makeup, where his transformation from human to lion begins.
Playing the villain is, I think, probably more fun than playing the good character. When I get soundly booed at the end of the day, I know I've done my job properly. The rehearsal process was quite extensive. We had 6 weeks rehearsal, which normally you'd only have about 4 weeks for a musical. But because there's a lot to take on board with the mechanics, the movement, the style of movement, and the acting, it's quite a lot to take on board. Because the mask is operated from my hand, the hardest thing is to incorporate the movement and the mask to make it look like it's sort of the mask is just as an extension of my person.
One thing that's easy to forget is not only do the actors have to master all their characters' lines and movements, but they must do so whilst wearing some of the most complicated costumes imaginable. So how does Scar's measure up?
Scar, predictably, is one of the most difficult costumes in the show. It really is a big challenge, and the biggest challenge is trying to make sure that the actor is as comfortable as possible so that he can give the performance that everyone's asking of him. It's heavy, it's restricting in its movement. He's got to deal with controllers, electronic controllers. He has to deal with a large cage on his back. He has to deal with so many different elements and also make it look seamless.
The whole costume, I think, weighs over 2 stones. So I've lost about 5 or 6 pounds since I've been here.
With about 30 minutes before the show begins and the audience beginning to take their seats, George continues with the next stage of his transformation: costume.
What's a lion without his claws?
It takes about 15 minutes and the help of 2 assistants for George to get dressed up in both the costume and all the mechanics that make his mask work. And then Scar is ready to take to the stage.
Stand by. Well, beginners, your calls, please. Thank you.
Well, you guys have to stay here, and I've got some children to scare. Thank you. It's always enjoyable at the end. Once I've done the flying, that's all right. You know, I'm dead, oh, I'm dead, that's fine, get up. Go bow, they boo, great.
There's so many different things that an actor can grasp onto each night, whether it be practicing new things in their physicality or different ways with their relationships with the other characters. So these challenges, though, keep the actor fresh.
So as the curtain comes down on yet another performance to a packed house, it's time to leave Scar in the dressing room and get back to playing the more familiar role of George Asprey.
Oh, fantastic, yeah. Exhausted, but just such a buzz, always. Brilliant. Yeah, off home now, 2 tomorrow, so I better go. But listen, it's been a real pleasure, and see you guys later.